It was statistically impossible, the odds were off the charts. You built a house of chaos, then blamed everyone else's heart. Crying I would've gotten away with it like some dramatic skit, while the fingerprints of your foolishness cover every bit. The last time I checked, I was never in the room when you signed your own disaster with your perfume and ultimate doom. I wasn't the one on your phone when the midnight messages were flowing, sending those secret little "hey there" texts as if consequences won't grow. Now you're pointing at me like I authored your collapse, except self-sabotage was working overtime behind your back. Oh, it's statistically wild, mathematically absurd, how every one of your choices wrote a novel. Now you blame me for each word. You were headed for an implosion. I just happened to arrive like a spotlight on the fiction you struggled to disguise. None of that was ever me. You might wanna go check your own history. You gambled with your ego as if the house would let you in, betting pride against the mirror while corruption settled in. Every lie was laying bricks, every text was another stone. Now you shocked the towers toppled from fraudulent foundations of your own. You keep yelling unfair like the math could rearrange, but decimals don't care, because excuses never change. Cause and effect came strolling in as punctual as can be, and said, "Ma'am, this mess had been booked internally." I was never actually your downfall. I never steered your little machine. I was just the sudden clarity, exposing everything that I'd been. Always statistically wild, mathematically absurd, how every one of your choices wrote a novel. Now you blame me for each word. You were headed for an implosion. I just happened to arrive like a spotlight on the fiction you struggled to disguise. None of that was ever me. You might wanna go check your own history. Regression shows a pattern, the data singing loud and clear. Every road you chose alone has somehow led you here. No conspiracies, no sabotage, no phantom enemies, just your ego in a feedback loop with poor accountability. Yeah, it's statistically insane, beyond belief, extreme. You manufactured your own nightmares, then accused me behind the scenes. You were always your own undoing. Fate was merely taking notes with grace. I was only introduced to put the lies back in their own place. None of that was ever me. That was your own.